What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Off Meta Mondays. We're back with the highly anticipated Buggy episode. We're finally back. You know what this doofus does. OP09 Buggy, rest 5 done, discard a card, play a cross guild. Wasn't stellar when it came out, probably isn't stellar now. Let's get into the deck list. 4 Gaudino, this is just your cross guild or Baroque Work Searcher. 2 Pudding, hate this card, have to play it though. 4 Alvita, 4 Kabaji, 3 4-cost Buggy, 4 of the Moji, another 4 Kabaji, but this one can't be KO'd by battle. 4 Mihawk, 3 Shoe Buggy, 4 Crockhawk, 4 10-cost Red Rock Buggy, 4 Cross Guild Advent Searcher, 4 Pilaf, and 2 Gravity Blade. We should probably cut this for a different search or a different draw event, or maybe even the stage, but they still have it in the East, which is the OP15 that we're practicing at the moment, so we are still running it. Let's jump into the game though. Looks like we're gonna pair into the OP15 Yellow Luffy leader. I'm a little concerned with this matchup just because they're very anti-removal, and they have a lot of heals, so I kind of feel like we're on a bad clock with this leader, but let's see if we can pull through with it. Deciding to keep this hand mostly because we see a Galdino, but our opening search is a little atrocious. We're probably just going to grab the Crocodile Mihawk so they can't reduce the power of a bunch of our stuff and KO anything with like a 5-cost Wiper. Also, he is the best option that we have to generate 2 bodies in one play. Not really entirely sure what all of the OP15 yellow cards do, so this is a little bit slower of a game. We see no Sanji's Pilaf here, so we're going to decide to just throw double 5s. Again, kind of just trying to play aggressive since I know this leader heals. He can do it on 4 even, which is kind of irritating. I do think it's cool, but like annoying that this Nico Robin can be played in OP15 Luffy. I know the trigger just plays itself if your leader is a Luffy card, but not what I was expecting. I don't know why. I'm just bad, but opponent is thinking here, I believe on 4 Dawn. Oh, they're going to kill the Galdino first. I think play a Zoro for 4, heal back up to 5 life, and then they will swing 5. We're going to take it. We finally see the Pilaf here, but it's a little later than we needed. So we're going to swing 5 life. They're going to take it. They are going to trigger a Satori, which is a little annoying for us, but, you know, we live. We're going to play the Crocodile Mihawk, pitch off the Pudding, pitch off, or play out the Buggy effect, pitch off Buggy. Now we're going to play the Mihawk blocker. Kind of just trying to find more pieces and establish multiple 7k bodies. We need to be as aggressive as we can, so getting multiple bodies at once is going to help a lot. But the opponent can just take a life to keep things from being removed, so we're kind of already down in that aspect, seeing as like bounce-based removal is like the ideal version of what this deck wants to do. They're going to play out the 5-cost Luffy. This card is insane. Now we kind of have to play a little weird, because if we block, their Luffy gets a power boost and then they can just KO the blocker. So we have to play around that a little bit. We're going to start taking some weird hits, but also waiting for them to use the Luffy before we block. Just going to take this one. We're unfortunately seeing a lot of Mihawk blockers out of life, and I don't love that, but we're going to search off a 2k from the trigger. And now they're just going to swing 6 with Luffy. Oh, sorry, they don't even swing. I was going to say they could swing 5 or 6 with Luffy, but we just easy block it with the Mihawk. So I think we should start going for board here. It doesn't really matter that much, but I think we should have started pressuring the Satori. That way we could have gotten the block immediately. We are also doing a Buggy play. I was a little hesitant about doing the 7-cost Buggy play since the only character on their field is the 4-cost Zoro that the Buggy actually stuns, but it does help. It's one less body that we have to worry about, so I'm considering throwing one more body into their board right now. Maybe we can clear the Satori since it's not technically covered under the leader effect. And they only have 2 cards in hand. So we swing another 7 into the Satori, getting a body off of board. That's good for us. The Zoro is now not able to attack, so that's one less swing we have to worry about. We really only have to... Unfortunate for opponent here. I don't think they've ever played in the OP09 days, OP10 days. Shoe Buggy makes it where 3 and 4 cost characters are unable to attack. So we only really have to worry about the leader Luffy swing and the 5-cost Luffy swing. As long as they swing that first, we're able to block on the following attack. They will swing 11 into the Mihawk. I have a line in my head right now where I would really like to remove this Luffy, but we would also like to start pushing for lethal in the next turn or two, so I am going to counter out of this 11k swing, giving 2 2ks and a 1k, and now if he swings with leader, we just block with the Mihawk blocker. Trying to keep as much value as we can here. I do choose to use leader effect here for 5, playing out the 10 cost, forcing the removal effect on the 7 cost Luffy, so he will just take the Borsalino to life instead of bottom decking it, but that's fine. We're gonna start getting aggressive with his life, so we got him down to 2. Depending what he searches here, I'm kind of fine with throwing a Mihawk into him since we have another one. Unfortunately, the 7-cost Buggy is unable to attack. They do search another of the 5-cost Rush Luffy. I'm feeling kind of confident still here, so we swing the 7 just to see what they do, contemplating maybe pushing for lethal this turn. We get them down to 1 life, but they do have 6 cards in hand. We know one of them is a brick, but it's kind of unlikely that they don't have a 2k and a 1k. So we are going to swing 9 with leader. And then we'll just pass here with them at 0 life. I feel like if we swung the Mihawk there, we die. So now... they play the other Bell Luffy, the 5 cost. It really just comes down to how they do their swings, since we have 2 life and a blocker. They can technically swing 4 bodies here if they also attached onto one of the Shuras. Thankfully though, they go a 5, we're able to counter out of it, and we're set. They don't have enough Dawn to attack anything, or to attack multiple times enough to push through our blocker. That is going to be the game. Taking a look at it, we were correct as to avoid swinging the Mihawk on the previous turn. We would have died to the clapback, even though these are both 2k counters. We would have technically had 6k counter in hand, but that would not have been enough for double Bell Luffy, and they have more than enough counter in hand. But that's going to be the game. I am honestly very surprised that we were able to clutch it out. Yellow Luffy is one of the hardest matchups for Buggy, maybe outside of Purple and L from the OP15 deck lists. But let's jump over to the breakdown and close out the video. Overall, guys, I'm honestly a little surprised that we were able to clutch that game out. I don't think Buggy is super relevant in the meta, but if you're a diehard, you can probably squeeze some local wins out. There isn't really much I would change about the list. It's just hard being a removal-based deck when everything has removal now, especially playing into OP15 Yellow Luffy that can just rip a life to protect its characters anyway. I'm very, very surprised we clutched it out, but the people wanted it, so we had to deliver. If you liked the video though and you made it this far, make sure to leave a like, comment, or subscribe, and maybe come check us out on Twitter sometime. Let me know in the comments what you guys want to see next week, and I will catch you there. Have a good one.